What's up, guys? Andrew here from IGN. I am with Josh Jeffcoat from Gearbox.
Hey guys, what's up?
And we are looking at TK Baha's Bloody Harvest. This is the first of the Headhunter Packs for Borderlands 2. And yeah, this is the Halloween-themed one, surprise, surprise, with the jack-o'-lantern. And yeah, I think we're just going to walk through kind of the opening mission here, right?
Yeah, I think we're going to go through probably about the first half of the mission today. We've kind of had this one hidden in our back pockets for a while now, and we're excited to finally be able to show it off. So welcome to Hallowed Hollow here.
And what's kind of, I mean, was this kind of adapted from other areas or built from the ground up? Like, how did this one kind of come together? It seems Tiny Tina is inspired a little bit.
Well, in Borderlands, we kind of throw a lot of different stuff together. At this point, we have 2 or 3 years worth of content that we can pull together and kind of scramble up and make new experiences with. So you'll see a lot of familiar things in here, but we got a lot of new stuff too.
Awesome.
So we're just kind of crossing through a little creepy Sleepy Hollow bridge into Hallowed Hollow. And we're going to meet our old friend TK Baha. We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, it's good to see him again. It was Dr. Ned DLC was the last time? Or?
Yeah. He was killed in the original Borderlands, but he returned as a zombie in Dr. Ned's adventure in the first Borderlands. So he's still a zombie. He's not coming back to life, but he's happy to be undead.
That's awesome. It's, how come you guys decided to bring him back for this? Just 'cause most appropriate, or?
It was appropriate for the theme, but we loved TK, and a lot of people were really upset internally whenever we killed him in the first game. So we like to bring back favorite characters. So we give him a little excuse.
I like that this is all very Halloween themed too. I think it's cool that you guys are going after the holiday idea.
I mean, we love Halloween so much, so we put a lot of time and effort into this just because we love the holiday and just kind of messing around with this stuff so much. So.
And are these, I mean, so I can see right there, these are now zombie-themed enemies as well, right?
Well, no, these aren't zombies. These are skeletons. These are all.
Okay.
These are just basically corpses crawling back up out of the ground. So we have a whole range of all these new skeleton enemies. These are all bandits that have come back from the dead. So they're not the sword type enemies that you saw from Tiny Tina's. These are just the bandits from main game, but now they're dead, and there's a few new things that they do. Oh, and if you look carefully, you just saw a new little, an animated pumpkin, a little pumpling. Some of them come back to life whenever you try to break them, so
good to know.
They can be fun.
I kind of like the idea of bandits like coming back from the dead to haunt you for all of your murdering all their friends.
Yeah, you see here we have candy because it's Halloween, and trick or treating is the best part of Halloween.
Right, and I know some of these have like different effects on you, right? Like it's almost like the effects that we saw from like the Pixie and some of the other DLCs.
Sort of similar like that. So whenever you break open one of the jack-o'-lanterns or kill any of the pumpkin enemies, they'll have a chance to drop some of that Halloween candy. So there's 4 different kinds, and whenever you read the item card for them, we don't tell you exactly what they do. We have a little Halloween rhyme for you to try to figure out what the effect is going to be on you. So it's a little trick-or-treat moment for players.
Very cool. And those are buffs ideally for, I'm assuming, as you get towards the end for the boss fight this whole thing kind of ends with.
Oh, right? Yeah, no, they're really critical in the boss fight. The boss fight was designed around already knowing how all the candy effects work and using those to your advantage. So throughout the entire mission, you'll have the opportunities to learn about them and figure out which ones are best for your playstyle and that sort of thing. So
very cool. And these missions, like, do they run about the same length as like kind of a typical mission from the main game, or are these a little longer, shorter?
Because these are self-contained, these are a little longer than a typical main game mission would be. And they're a lot denser than a typical main game mission would be because it all takes place in one level. We really pack lots of stuff into it, so they're actually pretty lengthy. Just so that there's a lot of stuff we want to do with Halloween, so we stretch it out as long as we can.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And it's worth mentioning, these are called Headhunter Packs. Kind of just to give a quick bit of background, eventually your goal is to get to the end here, fight a boss, and get that head, get that skin.
Yeah, you keep the head of what you kill. So all of the Headhunter Packs all come with new heads and skins. And just as your trophy for vanquishing your foes.
So, I mean, we're playing as Axton here. Does that unlock us just the Axton head and skin?
Whenever you play the Headhunter Packs, whenever you complete the mission, the first time you complete the mission, you are given the head for the character that you're playing as. After that, the bosses are runnable. They actually have a slightly harder mode with some new moves. And just sort of not really approaching raid difficulty, but they're just more difficult so that you have a reason to go back and dig into it. but they have a chance to drop additional heads and skins for the other characters, and a few other fun things.
Awesome. And if you're in a party, right? Like if I had like Maya with me and Salvador or whatever, like would each player get the head for their character?
Every player gets the head for their character.
Awesome.
So even in co-op. So we tried to be really fair about that. We didn't want to just drop one head and have 4 players fight over it. That's not nice. So yeah, everyone should be able to get whatever you're playing as. And the only way to guarantee the head drop is if you're doing it with a mission. So if you want to do playthrough 1, playthrough 2, playthrough 3, you can guarantee a head drop, but it's going to get harder the higher playthrough you go through.
And are these scale with level, I assume? Like, is there a minimum level you guys want for?
The level for this in playthrough 1 is between level 15 and 30. And it's meant to be accessible because we're going to have a lot of new people coming in from Game of the Year edition. Mm-hmm. We wanted to make sure that it was playable by people that weren't Borderlands experts yet. And then playthrough 2, it's going to be 30 to 50, the way that most of the game is, and then it scales with you in playthrough 3, however high you want to go. So you can go level 72 with overpower level 8 if you've done the Digistrike Peak challenge stuff. It's playable all the way to the top.
Yeah, and I was going to ask that, like, how intense can this fight get? I mean, I assume, having played just a little bit of OP8 stuff, it's like insane.
It's pretty brutal. The OP8 stuff is not for me. That's way too hard. That's for only the most hardcore of our fans.
Yeah, I agree
but all of the Headhunter Pack stuff will scale all the way up into OP8 at level 72, so you'll always have a challenge.
That's really cool. And is this, story-wise, you mentioned these are totally self-contained. Is the idea that, like, even if you don't know what happens in the story of the main game, you're still able to jump in here and understand what's going on?
Yeah, for the most part. While we do allow, for gameplay purposes, players to come in as early as level 15 to start this content, story-wise, all the Headhunter Packs assume that you've already completed main game. And for people that are really paying attention, there'll be some story hooks that go back to talk about some of the things that you've done previously.
Awesome.
And in some cases, maybe references from some stuff that you've done in the original Borderlands as well.
That's really cool. I like how you guys have been able to do that. Like, I thought it was actually really cool in, especially in Hammerlock and then very much so in the Tiny Tina DLC. It references the events of the main game in a way that makes it feel kind of more continuous and like a more cohesive thing.
Yeah. We really love telling stories, and that we've been able to create such a vibrant world with all these characters and stuff that people love going back to. It's just a lot of fun making new stuff for it and exploring new places and new twists on old stories, and there's some interesting things to find out in some of these. So
awesome. And are we, obviously we have TK returning. Are there some other new characters we're going to meet here, or?
With this one, well, TK right now is sending you on a quest to go meet his friend Sully the blacksmith.
Okay.
So earlier in the DLC, we saw a big gate close and the magical lock turned on, so the Pumpkin King is kind of messing with you, and basically we need to forge a key to open that lock. So Sully right now is sending us to meet his old friend, or TK is sending us to meet his old friend Sully. So we'll meet him up here in a little bit at the end of this little leg here.
Awesome, and I think it's interesting, like, as you bring back TK, I assume that's still the original voice actor and everything.
Oh yeah.
Coming back.
Oh yeah.
Again, I think that's awesome. I think it's cool that you guys have kind of been able to carry over that much.
We always try to keep consistent with that stuff, unless it's just physically impossible to do so. It's really important to us.
Well, and it's cool too because it makes it feel like Pandora is a real place. You know what I mean? Like that like there's that consistency. It's not just like a sound alike or anything.
So here we are. We're trying to find some parts for the key first before we can forge it. So he's been digging up some corpses, for lack of a better word, just doing a little grave robbing to find a few of these enchanted skeletons because we need enchanted bones to forge the key.
Well, of course, that's how I forge all of my keys.
Oh yeah. So this is actually the last enchanted skeleton here. So after he kills him, he's going to drop a rib cage or a femur. Yeah, this one's the femur. So he's going to pick this up, and now that we have all the bone parts, we're going to take those to Sully and see if Sully can make a key for us.
I'm glad that you guys maintained anatomical correctness with your enchanted parts.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, we're really big on being accurate medically. That's pretty important.
I like these portraits here too.
Yeah, actually, if you look carefully, the eyes will follow you as you walk around. It's very subtle, but it's one of the things one of our artists was just kind of bored, so he made the little optical illusion where the eyes are hollowed out and they're inverted, where they're inside out, so that whenever you move, they always look at you.
That's really cool.
It's an old trick from like classical sculpture, like Michelangelo stuff or whatever.
It's always, it's actually, I mean, that's true even when you go see paintings and stuff. It's actually always really creepy when you realize that even movie posters, you can occasionally get that effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's cool seeing, like, you know, spider ants and all these enemies that we're used to from the core game coming back.
Oh yeah, well we try to mix it up a lot. So here we've left the town, or the grave areas in the town stuff. So we're kind of going off through the wilderness now. So the spider ants have kind of overgrown this whole area. There's webbing everywhere, and it's kind of oppressive. It starts to kind of close in on you a little bit. But Sully lives out here somewhere, so we've got to kind of venture forth, and we'll find him.
Yeah, and it's cool that you guys are, again, like, I mean, obviously spider webs and spider ants are making it feel more consistent with the theme, obviously making it feel a little creepier.
So we're gonna come up here. Things are looking a little less hospitable up here. This area here is Sully's Forge, so our blacksmith has his own weird house up here.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's cool seeing the environment changes too, that like it definitely feels like you're progressing through this area.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's a pretty big area, so we try to hit lots of different themes within it. A little caution sign for you. So Sully should be in here somewhere.
Now, where could he be? Sully? Hey, Sully, you got a customer over here.
And the scale of this environment is definitely huge too.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask him for his hammer?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Sully doesn't seem very happy to see us.
Okay, cool. And yeah, I mean, we'll let people kind of be able to see what happens after this point for themselves. But I appreciate you taking the time today.
Oh, sure.
And for all your Borderlands needs, keep it locked to IGN.